Their pick
and
too.
It was their pick too. And the other thing that we saw that Timeless has been playing recently was we saw an Asmodan in his recent match history.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, looks like Sunny Lion entered the arena well prepared, choosing a battleground that TimeFlow traditionally doesn't really do so well. But I think my spider senses are tingling. I think Timeless is going to show us something truly cool, and already shifting things up a little bit here with the Dehaka ban.
Yeah, Dehaka is removed. Bye-bye Hanzo, giving Genji over to TimeFlow, and I have no idea what their previous history with that is like.
Are we going to see a Timeless Genji, maybe? I'm not sure if we've seen him on that hero in the past before.
No,
they go for Uther.
Start with the Uther. They give the potential for the Genji over to Sunny Lion.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
So, Genji has been played by TimeFlow. It's being ignored in this game so far. But yeah, Genji has been played once, and they lost with it. Sunny Lion, they have never played it, but they have banned it 9 times.
Wow,
So
and
that's
now it's
neat.
confirmed, by the way, that even with the Chinese voiceovers, Garrosh still says a pretty intimidating Loktar. And
Which is
Garrosh and
strange,
Jada
because
side
we
by
know-
side? What trickery is this?
It is very strange, but you are right. It's interesting he says Loktar, even though we actually do know what For the Horde is in Chinese, thanks to the
Wela Bula!
Wela Bolo.
All right.
Done that in an orc voice, but oh well. So Cassia banned out at the start here because Grey, very solid hero to play off against Greymane.
Okay, Turiel getting banned here. Makes a lot of sense. Once again, the interaction between Jaina and Turiel can be quite problematic for the Jaina if the shields deny the Blizzard damage, the Ring of Frost damage, the Sanctification, of course, as well.
Someone in chat pointing out that this could be a full Hearthstone team coming in from TimeFlow.
Oh, definitely true. All it needs is Malfurion and Gul'dan, and bam, nailed it. Even
Or-
Rexa.
Yep.
Rexa, yes.
Rexxar, Valera, what are the alternate skins? Medivh?
Medivh, for sure. We don't have Ilaria yet in the game.
Yeah, and we don't have whatever the Paladin one is.
Magni one. Okay, I think Murden would pass as a Magni.
Yeah, if
Technically,
he had the skin.
if he has a
Only
Magni skin, very true.
Yeah, honestly, if they were to like a Rexxar Valera, it would be an off-meta team, but it would make sense.
Yeah, to be honest, they could go double support, or they could Rexxar. As you said, we saw Rexxar yesterday in the Open Division, didn't we?
We did. It lost, but it was doing okay in lane, but it basically just let Malthael stack forever, and it was awesome.
I see, I see.
We see Rhaegar and Leoric coming in, so the front line is sorted for Sunny Lion. They can still pick something to be far in the back line to adjust.
All right, Timeless in the bottom left-hand side. That's what the man, the legend, the myth looks like in real life, by the way.
We forgot to
Tyrande, yeah, as the priest skin.
Yeah. Because Anduin is still currently yet to enter the Nexus.
Oh, he's waiting for his time to shine. After watching the Battle for Azeroth trailer, I'm pretty sure they're gonna give him some love at some point.
I would say it would be cool if they timed that, because they did do it very close to that with the StarCraft going free and introducing the things in StarCraft with Alarak. So it's possible.
It's possible, definitely true. So
Now then,
two more heroes.
They need a little bit more damage, I would say. Maybe Zarya. They like Zarya a lot, as we have seen repeatedly.
Oh, crushed.
Oh, Sonya and Genji is actually going to be played by them.
The hopes of a full Hearthstone team are crushed, but Genji makes it in as the last pick, joined by Sonya there as well. Now, let's see, how many Genji counters are available for Sunny Lion? Not really that many, so they're going to have to outmaneuver him eventually by positioning well and maybe saving ETC stuns for a good moment, but they don't really have the traditional counters like a Cocoon by Nubrek, but Gul'dan helps a lot. And you know what, Tetra? Gul'dan is actually one of the more resilient mages when it comes to single target damage by Genji, for example. He can just stand still and use his W.
This is also Sunny Lion's first ever Gul'dan. They have not played it at all in professional play or even banned it.
Yeah. And most certainly it is going to be Jaina. No, Jaina's not playing Jaina this time around, is he? Because he's not in TimeFlow. Never lucky.
Yes. Wait, they have played Gul'dan because it was in his previous match history. Okay, so yeah, the Master League is currently not updated because it was in his match history, so we know he's played it.
Maybe he's only played it recently. He
Yeah, might have been
discovered
in the
his
off-stream
liking.
game earlier today.
Yeah, he discovered his liking for the hero, and let's face it, Horrify could really be one of those tools to keep a Genji at bay. I'm really excited to see how this plays out. Which draft do you prefer in terms of overall strength power level?
Timeless is on his Garrosh, which
Yep.
already is going to lean, seeing as that's one of their few heroes that they have an above a 50% or above win rate on. So is Uther, actually. So they have a lot of the heroes who they have relatively positive win rates on, because they have a lot of negatives. But Sunny Lions is just a little bit more of a sensible comp, I think. So I'm going to lean a bit more towards Sunny Lion.
You know what? I'm actually going to disagree. I think TimeFlow nailed it down, and I think TimeFlow's Garrosh, played by Timeless himself, looked so scary the last times we saw it. I think they're going to take it, and I'm not sure, with the exception of Leoric, that there's any tank trading, any raw percentage damage to really fight the Garrosh. So
Greymane
with a Curse Bullet, maybe. Okay, fair point.
Curse Bullet or Alpha Killer in the late game, and even Blood and Thunder on the is it called Blood and Thunder? What's the Rhaegar thing? The 5% damage.
Yeah, that's the 16 talent, the bite.
Yes,
Hunger
I
of the
thought it was
Wolf.
called Blood and Thunder, but Blood and Thunder is the Hunger of the Wolf. Yeah, because the Blood and Thunder is the cooldown reduction.
Yep.
All right, but ladies and gentlemen, spawning on the left, it is TimeFlow with Timeless on the Garrosh. Cat is playing the Jaina. 11 on Genji. A2E on the Uther, and F-Show on the Sonya.
And challenging the TimeFlow is the Sunny Lion, consisting of Pao on that Rhaegar. Jaina plays Gul'dan. 50 on the Greymane. C, formerly known as Butcher, is on ETC, and Ustia, formerly known as Neptune, plays the Leoric.
It is very much worth saying how disappointed I am that TimeFlow has yet to pick Chromie.
Very true.
Just think of the puns.
Yeah, China not really prioritizing Chromie as a whole, aren't they? Like,
No, she's been played, I
very
think,
sight.
twice, maybe.
which was completely different, or which is completely different to last season, where they played them all the time. Beautiful toss into stun, but big Jaina retaliation with the Blizzard.
Blizzard value is good. Timeless and 11 are able to escape thanks to the combo of Deflect and Garrosh having a lot of armor. And yeah, Chromie's been played 4 times so far in HGC China, so nowhere near as much as last season.
Exactly. And what's really cool to see is how Timeless uses the combo by Garrosh quite the opposite way as it was before his change in talents. Now, he's using the Wrecking Ball first, and then uses the Groundbreaker second to lock the target down after the toss, which is really cool to see. So, beforehand, it was always you pull someone in and then toss them. Now it's you toss them and stun them afterwards.
As we see Pow and Phoebe D clearing out the minion wave, clearing out the mercenary nice and quickly, and once again, this relatively standard strategy at this point. Grab this bruiser camp the second it spawns, and then 3 or 4 man push with it as hard as you can. Because Gul'dan as the solo laner right now is interesting and risky.
Normally you always want to have Gul'dan in the rotation with the majority of your team, because he can then just push the minion waves a little bit more aggressively and safely. Cat, in the meantime, doing his own thing in the bottom lane, but here we go. The early night camp doing so much work already. I mean, Sunny Lion were doing work in the before that, even taking down the bottom tower.
Battle of the... Oh, hang on. Greymane getting targeted. A beautiful combo by Timeless.
Easy kill.
Perfectly executed, and like you said, easy kill.
However, that did not really, you know, pull them even in terms of experience. They're still a little behind TimeFlow this, but however, they're the ones now benefiting from the mercenary push. Beautiful toss into stun once more. Timeless on a roll. Pow, is he gonna get out alive?
No, Genji's got that on lock, and they even pick up Gul'dan for good measure. Gul'dan unable to consume a soul, and it is the battle of the 2 most popular mages that we have in HGC China, the Jaina versus the Gul'dan. And much like in actual win rates, with Gul'dan being very far down, a 33% win rate, and Jaina being the highest hero win rate that's been played more than once in HGC China, with an 82% win rate.
Here we go. But I can't stress enough how well Timeless is playing that Garrosh, by the way. Landing those combos is much more difficult right now, ever since Garrosh lost the second on the queue. It's much more difficult right now to find an isolated hero, because you don't want to be throwing minions or mercenaries into the fray by accident.
Yeah, and this is why we have been seeing a lot of TimeFlow running Garrosh with usually speed boosting heroes, but they don't have any this time. They have Uther, who is going to give Garrosh even more armor, but there is no empowerment for Garrosh. He's on his own, which is why he has the Indomitable is going to be very important in this game.
This is the worst situation for Leoric when you have to face one of those highly mobile, pesky heroes like Illidan or Genji, which makes it really hard for a Drain Hope to hit, and as such, Yusia actually had to retreat and give control over the bottom shrine to Timeless. Now, TimeFlow, excuse me. Speaking of Timeless there, goes for another combo, toss into stun. It is ETC though, quite the tanky foe to face. Jaina Frostbolt doesn't land anymore, and Genji also was out of mobility.
Yeah, the ETC is not doing so well and has to be back to base to get some health. And Garrosh, now with his into the fray, is going to make it much harder for that kind of escape to happen again.
Oh, Tetra, you surprise me every single time we cast together, and I can only say in a positive and good way. I'm loving it. Keep it up.
I'm honestly surprised we didn't think of that sooner.
It is
so obvious.
So close, yet so far, yeah.
What is Jada's level 7?
Let's see. Wait, oh, that's the Ice Wand. It's the auto attack talent. So whenever you attack somebody that is currently chilled by your trait, you deal extra damage. And you also, I think you also, you also reduce the cooldown of your Blizzard after each empowered attack. That is so cool.
Very cool. So the Blizzard going to be very helpful. It's clearing out the minion waves here. So lots of auto attacks here. Let's see. This is the idea of. It's interesting. I've never seen it before. I have no idea what to think of this.
Let's see. Here goes the Indomitable. Timeless currently unstoppable, so you couldn't get stunned by ETC. They're trying to hold this, but the mercenaries and the minions are still going strong.
So we see being forced to back up. Ustia, he's abandoned a minion near his gate, so the minion might actually do some damage to the gate here because there are no towers to defend it. We see the 1v1 beginning.
Yeah. And that is, on the other hand, we saw Ustia struggle against Genji, but against Sonya, he's doing a lot better because Sonya is nowhere near as mobile as Genji. He can't, or she can't really dodge the Drain Hope that easily, and F-Show is still holding the position though, not willing to let go. Uther joining the fray, just like Jaina on the Gul'dan.
So we see Sonya forced to retreat, almost getting fell-flamed there. That was very close. As the Wolves move in to take control of the top lane. Not quick enough to get the Dragon Knight, though, thanks to a delay on Timeless, and Genji recapturing bottom.
Experience-wise, both teams are racing head-to-head here. Now, Pao taking a little bit of damage, baiting the deep engage by F-Show, though. Takes a stun, takes a cleanse, and is safe for now.
We see the fort taken down as Sunny Lion continue to pile on the pressure here. No Dragon Knight they're going to be able to get, and they will very unlikely, there's no way they're pushing onto the Bridge of Death this early in the game when the enemy is so close to 10.
Okay, here goes the toss into stun. Curse Bullet is good!
And the Horrify, you get back here, Dwarf.
Whoa!
That was unnecessary, but I enjoyed it.
They really wanted Timeless dead there, I think, and they secured the Dragon Knight. So you could argue, although the mosh pit was just for good measure, and ETC entering the Dragon Knight now anyways, it was still cool to secure it in the first place, and
yeah, I mean, his cooldown's going, but the fact is he's in the Dragon Knight, so there's no chance he was going to be mosh pitting in a while anyway, so yeah, secured, I guess.
Better be safe than sorry. Hashtag worth it.
Very true. Very true. But we see the mid fort go down. That's all but one fort, and Leoric's already preparing for the Dragon Knight to begin on that last one.
I think Sunny Lion, quite frankly, they're outsmarting and just outplaying their opponents right now. They're all over the place. They're securing objectives, they're getting structures, they're soaking very well, having almost a 2-level lead there. Things could go better for them, to be honest, in this early game.
Dragon Knight trying to move forward. Still has 18 seconds duration. They could try and play aggressively onto this fort. But looks like they're more focused on grabbing the camp afterwards, in which case, I don't know why they don't just cancel the Dragon Knight if they are.
Yeah, you can press R, exactly, and manually cancel it, because right now they're basically shooting themselves in their own feet.
Yeah, they do end up doing so, but after a very long time, and that gives time for TimeFlow to move into the lane, clear the minions, and set up for their own camp.
Alright, C is close though. Is he gonna make any reckless moves? Nope, not for now. I think what they're trying to do now right now, as Sunny Lion that is they're gonna get 13, and then once again trying to destroy the last remaining fort with the help of the mercenaries. And think TimeFlow, unless they're really confident in making a play, they should just abandon it. Look at that wave clear too. It's so far superior on the side of Sunny Lion.
Cocktail and Fellflame, even without the Fellflame build. I'd be curious to see what corruption stacks the Gul'dan is on, but unfortunately, we are casting via a clean feed.
Yep, very true. By the way, Sunny Lion deciding not to make that big pushing move happen, although all of the heroic abilities are off cooldown, although they still have a talent advantage. It's a little bit weird because they didn't really achieve anything else on the map, did they?
No, they got a mercenary camp, but that's really it. They haven't done a huge amount else. They haven't killed a fort. They've damaged some towers, maybe killed one in the top lane. Wrapping around, Jaina being the scout here. We'll see this beautiful cleanse and the horrify. Timeless just throwing ETC away from the rest of his team to prevent them dying.
Yeah, Sunny Lion pulling all the triggers here to save Jaina on the Gul'dan. The Horrify was used, the Cleanse was good as well. However, it is still a 4 versus 4. Keep in mind that Leoric is dealing with the Sonya, because Fsho has been tearing things apart in the top lane. And I'm really... I don't like the fact that Sunny Lion is playing this so hesitantly. They should have made a play happen a lot quicker, in my opinion.
Yeah, they need to start piling on that aggression, and they could have been doing so for a lot longer, because like you said, 13's now on the way for TimeFlow. Here
goes Timeless, popping the Indomitable, better be safe than sorry. You don't want to die right now, not while the enemy team is still pushing with Mercenaries. So, what's the cooldown on Indomitable, by the way? It is 40 seconds, that's fine.
Yeah, it's a reasonable amount of time, but enough that you can, if you get that feeling, you can probably get away with activating it. As long as you're not too trigger happy, and especially with the Horrify currently on cooldown.
All right, C was going in very deep. They're getting tossed, getting stunned.
The cleanse was used. He could have just mosh pitted. He's just going to mosh pit, and the healing will keep C alive as Jaina waits through the blizzard, nearly getting himself killed here. C is somehow still alive. The
oh my!
Down. The Dragon Knight is taken. 11 chased by Feed. Just disengage. Get the kill. 1, 2, 3 for PG and Sunny Lion. They kill everyone except Sonya, who is now in the Dragon Knight. And if she wants to survive this game, she might have to cancel that Dragon Knight and port back. But no, she's going to walk now. She's just keep going.
Yeah, I don't think there's any way even the Dragon Knight could save this keep because minions are here, the death timers are too high. So I think it's fine giving that one up, but they really can't take any more of those fights. And I gotta highlight C here on that ETC because he was having the perfect patience there. The synergy between him and the support player, Pao, dropping the life-saving ancestral healing, and him just standing still, moshing, because everybody on the side of TimeFlow was expecting him to die, was just so cool to see.
It was very cool, and Sonya just dropped... I do like the reaction from Jaina, who just dropped the hero, not the player, who just dropped a blizzard directly on top of it, but Rhaegar was 2 on point. The Ancestral landed, and ETC got the full mosh pit duration.
Full mosh pit duration indeed, and then even though he dropped once again to 10% HP or so, he refused to let go. He went in for another play, and they keep trying to kill ETC, but the cow is not falling that easily, Tetra.
Domitable value, keeping Timeless alive. Fsho keeping everything going. 11 in the background. He was not able to get a reset with his Swift Strike here. Thanks to the shield from Rhaegar with that Earth Shield. Timeless now dropping low. He's already used Indomitable, so he might be in trouble here. There's the healing to keep him alive. That ominous Wraith reducing the damage as the Dragon Blade is cancelled, but they still were able to get the kill. Divine Shield onto Sonya, chasing down PT, picking up the kill. Ancestral doesn't land, but Sonya still alive thanks to the Whirlwind, barely surviving, but finally killed off. As only Garrosh and Uther survive on one side, Leoric, Rhaegar, and ETC on the other.
Keep in mind, Tetra, this was a 5 versus 5 headbutt fight. Both teams not really falling back an inch. And TimeFlow took this fight without the 16 talents, and yet they managed to almost even the score. Beautiful move there by Fsho and the Sonya. Uther keeping her alive. Wow, that was a great fight.
That was an insane fight back and forth between the two teams. If Genji had got that Divine Shield, though, I can't help but feel it would have been a completely different fight. If he got like 2 Dragon Blade swings and then blew up.
We take a look at the replay here, and you can maybe highlight the Genji once more.
You see him get horrified at the start there. Uther's quite far back. Genji dashes so deep, looking for Pow, but the Earth Shield prevents the execution, and that's such a big deal here. Timeless gets a little bit left alone. Remember, Jane is already down. She was killed off right at the start of this fight, and because it's
here we go. If he gets it here, yes.
It's too far away. He's already taken out, so the Divine Shield can't land, and it has to go onto Sonya.
Oh, that was so clutch. If only a Tui on that Uther had been a little bit closer to the Genji. He was already going full mana mode, and it could have been a different fight, as you said.
As such, it is currently down to Genji to clear the lane. Another hero isn't the best at it. That seems to be a theme of the Overwatch heroes, actually. Not very good at wave clear until we get to Hanzo.
Very true. So C has now completed the prog rock, by the way. Additional AoE healing being deployed and being brought to the table here by ETC.
We have the stunning throw now available though for TimeFlow on TimeFlow, so he can try and throw one into the other here. Starts with
cleanse
the Q this time, taking a lot of damage. Gets divine shielded. They're turning it round, focusing Pow, but Pow flees.
No way.
The mosh pit, the zoning mosh pit. Down goes Timers, and a beautiful ancestral healing to keep him alive. Tui completely surrounded. And, finds a gap, and he's actually able to escape here. But F-Show is surrounded and gets taken out.
Every single hero on the side of Sunny Lion played this perfectly. The cleanse to deny the toss by Timeless. Then we had the ancestral healing landing tip-top perfect. We had a big fear as well to threaten to really get rid of the Genji. Like, Sunny Lion is looking like a different team today. No longer are they shaky, no longer do they look wonky, and they play on their favorite map too. You can definitely tell that. And the core, which already had taken some damage, is about to fall. TimeFlow goes down as well. Sunny Lions are roaring.
Yeah, no chance of defending that. Genji even had to use the Dragon Blade just to clear those catapults, so there was no way they had a chance of defending that. And game number 1 goes over to Sunny Lion.
Wow. I'll have to criticize TimeFlow here a little bit, though, because every single team fight, it looked like it was the